What's happening, guys? So in this video it is going to be another reaction video, because I've got another one on the way after this one. It's a reaction to Lee Gunner. Now, this is not a video to hate on anybody. This is not a video trying to sun someone or clown someone or anything like that. But because I know you guys have seen, the video reactions that I've done on things that Mr. Lord Heisenberg, as I'm going to call him, has been saying and everything like that, right? But it ain't that kind of party, right? So I just want to reiterate that, because when you do content on bigger YouTube channels, it can be perceived as hate. And obviously, from bigger channels, seeing small channels do reaction videos or whatever, any type of videos on them, they automatically perceive it as hate. Not all of them, but most of them do. And obviously because they're used to people actually hating on them and slagging them off and everything like that. But one thing you ain't seen here is me slagging anybody off. All I'm reacting to is something that somebody said. You know what I mean? Something that you've said, I'm reacting to it. You know what I mean? So yeah, nobody's exempt. No. I might agree with 99% of the things Lee Gunner says, right? But he ain't exempt. No. You know what I mean? There's obviously this video is about the reaction to the game we won yesterday against Man U, Old Trafford, and he's picking up on Arsenal fans wanting Spurs or supporting Spurs to beat Man City on Tuesday, so that it can possibly help us win the league title. So that's what this video is about. So it's not no hate, it's not none of that. But we have to call a spade, fam. Like, if I think something's cap, I'm just gonna call it out. You know what I mean? It just is what it is. Now, Lee Gunner is, having a go at the fan base, because he was called out, as in, like, anytime he had an opinion on Arsenal and Arteta and everything like that, he was told, if you don't like what you're seeing, F off down the lane. But now these same Arsenal fans are coming to Lee Gunner now saying, you're not a real Arsenal fan if you don't support Spurs to beat Man City tomorrow, right? What? Which I think's, it's ironic that these fans are coming at Lee Gunner saying that. You know what I mean? But people's opinions can change. So what I'm calling cap on is this whole thing about, not supporting Spurs against Man City. Like, let's face it, every single Arsenal fan is going to be happy, right? To the point of where they might do a fist pump if Spurs score a late goal against Man City and it looks like they're going to win the game. Let's call a spade a spade. It don't matter how much you might hate Tottenham or whatever. You know what I mean? People's opinions can change. Lee once had an opinion on Kai Havertz.
And that is Kai Havertz. This guy is an absolute baller. I would love this guy at Arsenal now.
That changed. You know what I mean? He said that he wouldn't celebrate a Kai Havertz goal.
So that's why. And I said when we signed him, I ain't celebrating any of his goals. I couldn't care less.
That changed. You know what I mean? So he might be in the place of, I ain't supporting Spurs to beat Man City, which, okay, you have to support it, so to speak, but you know what I mean? Let's not kid ourselves that you ain't gonna be chilling if Spurs beat Man City. But yeah, anyways, let's get into the reaction. And yeah, I've only fast forward a little bit into this video because I don't want to use the whole video, fair use and all that. So yeah, flipping over to the reaction. Right, so we're over to the reaction side of things, and yeah, so let's get this video playing, and then let's listen to what he's saying. Oops.
Yeah, Twitter mutants scuttling along like cucaracha, mutating at a rapid rate. We need to exterminate these from our fan base. This football club is an absolute...
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the volume. I didn't realise that it was so loud. I've used this screen record app before, But
If
yeah,
Aston Villa,
this has got nothing
which
to do with
they will,
connection or
beat
neighbours'
Liverpool,
Wi-Fi.
we're
But
already
yeah,
booking up
apologies,
the summer
guys.
holidays. Tomorrow, Tottenham's irrelevant. Tottenham are irrelevant anyway. I'm 42 next month. They've been irrelevant my entire life. They're crap. And now you, man, that have been telling me I'm a Spurs fan because I don't rate the manager you're sexually attracted to. Yeah? And because I'm not so, I don't care about Tottenham. They're crap.
Now, the Villa-Liverpool game is tonight. And personally, I think Liverpool are going to beat Villa. Like, what people are forgetting is, and I've called this out already, Unai Emery has it in him to bottle getting Champions League football. He has it in him. You know what I mean? It can very well, he can very well easily bottle top 4. If Spurs win their last 2 games and Villa don't win their last 2 games, Spurs get Champions League football. Like, that's very possible. Like, Unai Emery had 2 routes into the Champions League in 2019. He either had to finish in the top 4 or win the Europa League, and he did neither of them. You know what I mean? You would have thought a manager would at least get one of them right. You know what I mean? So for example, last week when Villa played Brighton, if they'd have won that game, top 4's done. You know what I mean? Top 4's done. They're on 67 points. The maximum points Spurs can get is 69, I believe. You know what I mean? So Villa would have been out of sight. Now they've got Liverpool. I think Liverpool beat them. So, yeah.
Always will be. They always have been. But now you lot are sitting there telling me I'm not an Arsenal fan if I don't support them on Tuesday. Yeah? You have got to be the weirdest mutants that roam world football.
You see, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with claiming somebody's not an Arsenal fan because they're not supporting Tottenham on Tuesday. Like, I think that's a reach. But at the same time, at the point that we're at right now, as Arsenal fans, like, you know, we've got one more game left. We need City to drop. We're in a position where we need City to drop points. You know what I mean? We're not in a cushion position that we were in pre-Aston Villa game. My thing is this. What do you want then? As Arsenal fans, what do you want to happen? You know what I mean? Do you want it to be West Ham? Because let's face it, Spurs are more likely to beat Man City than what West Ham are.
Yep.
Right? We're in a position now, it's out of our control. And it should never have gotten to that.
Nope.
May I add? It should never have gotten to that stage where we needed Man City to just drop points. It should have been a case of we win all our games, we're champions. But we're in this situation. So are we as Arsenal fans just what are we doing then? Like, I'm not saying that we should buy shirts of Tottenham or anything like that. But right now, we're all crying about we haven't won the league in 20 years, blah blah blah, right? Trophies is you know, the success is winning trophies, blah blah blah, right? If you don't win the league, you failed. So with the position we're in, regardless of who Man City are playing, we by default will want that team to win more than ever. And if Spurs don't do it, we're going to be begging West Ham to do it. You know what I mean? But I don't agree with fans saying that you're not an Arsenal fan if you don't support Spurs.
Nope.
For that game. I mean, it's the wording for me. Like, if it was a case of you're not an Arsenal fan because you don't want Spurs to win that game, it's like, well, because City have got another game, it's like, well, I'd want West Ham to beat him, but I just don't want Spurs to beat him because I don't like Spurs, blah blah blah. Then, you know, it's a different conversation kind of thing.
Real talk. This fan base, big up Isco, by the way, that is a proper baller, by the way. Yeah, that is the proper baller right there. Man's getting player of the month award, yeah? Big up to Isco. Get that bastard to Arsenal right now. Proper footballer, yeah? And I'm telling you now, yeah? The fact that guy, the German giraffe, yeah? The German giraffe, that lanky German giraffe, yeah, that did one pass and my baller scored, yeah, and disappeared after that, to be fair. so does the German giraffe. Yeah? Let me tell you now, the fact he said on live TV to the world he's supporting Tottenham on Tuesday when he represents Arsenal Football Club, man like Vieira, a man like Tony Adams need to find his location real quick and weigh that geezer in. Yeah?
Now, one thing I will say about that is, obviously, Kai Havertz saying it on national TV, it's not a good look.
Nope.
You know what I mean? It ain't a good look to, you know, to Arsenal fans, really. But for me, where we all have been seeing Spurs fans on Twitter talk about how they're supporting Man City, you know, they're basically suiciding themselves to Man City and everything like that. So I can understand Kai Havertz saying that as a response to all that, because we're seeing Spurs fans do nothing but just be so anti-Spurs and pro-Man City just for that game, just for Arsenal not to win the league. We're in a position where we could win the league for the first time in 20 years, providing we beat Everton and Man City drop points to either Spurs or West Ham. Obviously, Spurs is the next game for them, for Man City. So, yeah, we're just going to want Spurs to win.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I mean, as far as supporting, I mean, obviously, it's supporting in terms of, come on, you know, score, yes, you score, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? I don't see the issue with that if it's going to benefit your club. You know what I mean? Any other context, it's different. But if it's going to benefit your club, you know what I mean? Rivalry is rivalry. We know football is like a religion. But I'm sorry. If it's gonna benefit our club, we're taking it. Because by that logic of, you know, supporting Spurs to beat Man City, let's say Spurs beat Man City or get a point off Man City, and we end up winning the league. By that logic, people can argue, well, you don't have a right to really celebrate this because Spurs were the reason really why we won it. So why are you celebrating something that Spurs helped happen?
Gotcha, bitch.
You can look at it like that. You know what I mean?
How dare you? Yeah, how fucking dare you? Yeah, absolute disgrace what this club has become. We're now all Tottenham fans, you wasters. Every single one of you is a waster. Yeah, how about hold this club accountable for its failings? 1 point against Fulham and Aston Villa, which by the way, have our former manager in charge. Yeah, and since he's left, he's played us 5 times with 2 different clubs and beaten us 3 times with Super Duper Mick. 1 point against Villa in 2.
We actually didn't get any points against Villa. That's the thing. He's off with that. But what's worse is the truth is that we lost to Villa twice. Jesus Christ. But yeah, we only got 1 point from Fulham this season. And I said, you know, it's those games really. The West Ham, the Fulham, the Villa. And we should never be in this situation where we need Man City to do something. We should, as I said in my video that I did the other night, when I said if only we'd have beaten Aston Villa. You know what I mean? But because we're in this situation now, we can only hope that Spurs or West Ham get something against Man City and we beat Everton. That's all we've got. We ain't winning the league any other way. It's either Spurs do it or West Ham do it while we beat Everton. You know what I mean?
Games, 1 point against Fulham. By the way, Man United beat Villa home and away. Man United won against Fulham and lost against Fulham. So Man United took 9 points against them 2. We took 1. That's why we're not going to win the league. That is why we are sat here right now as a fan base en masse. The OGs, the older lot, we actually get it. Yeah, we get it. But you lot that have infested our fan base, yeah, and you have infested our fan base, yeah, you're gassing up, finishing second. Oh, we took it to the last day. Nobody cares. Where's Hair Flick today? Where's Hair Flick? All this Hair Flick, I can snot through his hair every week. That geezer sums up everything that is wrong with Arsenal Football Club. That guy is a bitch. Yeah, go and watch it again. Go and watch it again. McTominay stood next to him in the tunnel, focused. And McTominay's crap. Both Lundgren, he's crap. Watch it again. This guy is doing all of this. He's rubbing his hair, rubbing his nose. He's playing with his ears. Yeah, so uncomfortable. And guess what? He goes out there and drops an absolute stinker again. This is our club captain.
The best thing Odegaard did last night was send Amrabat for a happy meal. That's basically all he did last night. To be fair, he was crap. The whole team were crap, really. Yeah. I ain't gonna stun. You know what I mean? Like that performance. You see, the thing is, a stinky 1-0 like that is what we're supposed to be doing at this stage of the season. But it's the context of this is a weakened, crippled Man United, and we scraped a 1-0 win. You know what I mean?
It's embarrassing.
Like, if this was Man City and we did this to them, hey, you know what I mean? But scraping against Man United, yeah, it was embarrassing, I ain't gonna lie.
It's a fall from grace. We have had man like Vieira, we've had man like Henry, Pires, Bergkamp representing our football club. Rocky Rocastle must be in his grave, turning, spinning. Herbert Chapman spinning. What does George Graham think of this? Yeah, where are all these OGs? Come on.
Well, let's have it out now. Obviously, George Graham, you know, Arsenal, you know, legendary manager and everything like that. But let's not kid ourselves. He did manage Spurs in the late 90s, and he actually won them the EFL Cup. So we can't say what George Graham would think about Arsenal fans supporting Spurs to beat Man City so that we could possibly win the league, when he managed Arsenal and then he managed Tottenham. You know, he's been on both sides. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Merson, listen, I like you, Paul Merson, yeah? You're a fucking disgrace as well. Giving it the big one. These men are doing it for traction, yeah? And I swear down, I'm fuming. Yeah, fair play, we won the game, cool. It's irrelevant anyway, because City ain't dropping points. Yeah, we effed it up with 1 point out of 12 against Aston Villa and Fulham. We see Man City decimate Fulham 4-0. I predicted that, by the way. We see them slap up Wolves 5-1. I predicted that as well, the exact score, both of them. Yeah, they're slapping Spurs by 3 on Tuesday at least. They're slapping West Ham by 5, 6, 7, 8. Whatever, should we just get the calculator out?
To be fair, I think City are going to slap up Spurs. I ain't going to lie, but I'd say 3-0. Or 3-1 or something like that. Maybe even 4-1. I mean, Chelsea went there 4-1. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What was that we watched today, by the way? Yeah, that's one of the biggest games in world football. What the fuck have I just watched? Yeah, Norwich versus Leeds ended 0-0, and that was a better game, and that was dead. Yeah, Premier League, best league in the world. No. We're watching Betis Almeria. Watch this. Yeah, I guarantee the tech is better. They can dribble, they can cross, they actually have a go, and they'll actually get stuck in another fight. Arsenal, Man United, I've grown up on that. The battle at Old Trafford with George Graham. Both teams got dot points. Yeah, Paul Merson's saying, I don't know he's part of Chelsea. This is not Chelsea. Yeah, he's part of Chelsea. But he's one of the best players Arsenal have ever had. And he's sitting there on live TV saying, well, you know, if Tottenham beat Man City, I'll go and get a Tottenham tattoo. You can fuck off as well.
No, that was a stretch from Paul Merson saying that. I've seen the clip of him saying that, and it's like, fam, like, let's put it this way, right? If Spurs beat Man City, right, and then we beat Everton, we win the league. Let's face it. I'm not saying any Arsenal fan should worship Spurs, but we're all going to be happy that Spurs did us a huge favour like that, because Man City don't drop points at this stage of the season when the title's on the line. You know what I mean? So let's not cap as if we wouldn't be happy that Spurs have beaten Man City. If tomorrow night, full time, Spurs won Man City 0, for example, let's not cap like we're not gassed, knowing all we need to do is beat Everton. Don't matter what Man City do now. You know what I mean? No, because now what's going to happen is the Arsenal fans that he's talking about, all they're going to do is they're going to come back to him and be like, nah, fam, you're celebrating winning the title that Spurs helped us get. You know what I mean? You blah, blah, blah. That's what they're going to do. You know what I mean? And would they have a point?
Yeah, these men are showing their true colours now. Yeah, it's an absolute disgrace. Anyone who's sitting there supporting Tottenham, and I don't see them as rivals. Yeah.
If you don't see them as rivals, then it shouldn't bother you that much that you've got Arsenal fans that are in support of Spurs against Man City for that game. Because we know why fans are in support of Spurs against Man City for tomorrow night's game. We know why. You know what I mean? This will be the only time this fan base is going to be, let's call it pro-Spurs. It's the only time. Because it could benefit us. You know what I mean? It could benefit us. Since the Villa game, there's been Arsenal crests merged with the teams that Man City are about to play, because Arsenal fans are supporting those teams against Man City. But we ain't going to draw the line with Spurs. And then what? Hope that West Ham do it just because we didn't want Spurs? We have to listen to Spurs fans chatting about how they don't want to win the game at all. You know, they want to. I seen one Spurs fan on Twitter with listening to the Man City playlist on the Spotify. Like, Spurs fans really do not want to win tomorrow night. They've never not wanted to win so badly. So to counter that, you've got Arsenal fans that are like, we want you to win so badly, you know what I mean? And I personally don't see the big issue with that, because it will benefit this. It could benefit this club. That's the only reason. Because trophies is all what we've been crying for. We've all been crying for trophies. We've all been crying that we haven't won the league for so long, blah, blah, blah. Right? It should never have got down to this. But it has. So, you know what I mean? What's more likely to happen? Spurs get something against Man City at Spurs, or West Ham get something at Man City?
I know. Anyone who's sitting there spreading them for Tottenham Hotspur, that sums up everything about you. Yeah, and it sums up everything that's fucking wrong with my football club. Yeah, you are a disgrace. And you spent 4, 5, 6, 7 years telling me I'm a Tottenham fan. Funny how life works, isn't it? Yeah? Flip the script and now you lot have got on your knees, yeah?
So what does he want to happen then? I'm going to take a stab in the dark. Right? I'm going to assume that he wants West Ham to be the one that nicks something off City on the last day. You know what I mean? Because if you ask any of the fans, ask him, ask anyone, they'll all say they want to win a league. They'll all say they want to win a league. The only way we can do that is, well, we need to beat Everton, and we need to hope that Man City drop points against West Ham or Spurs. So what if Spurs was on the last day of the season? Let's say Man City play West Ham tomorrow, and they beat West Ham, right? So we've got Everton, and they're away to Spurs. So what would they want to happen then? What would Lee Gunner want to happen?
Gotcha, bitch.
That's what I want to know. What would the scenario? What would be the ideal scenario? Spurs are on the attack. Let's say we're winning Everton by about 3, right? That's going to be a tough game now, with the context of everything. But let's say we're winning comfortably against Everton on the last day, and Spurs game with City is 0-0 on the last day, for example, and Spurs are on the attack. Because are we going to sit here and say that there won't be any Arsenal fans in the Emirates Stadium looking at the phones waiting to see that Spurs have scored or not?
Stop the cap.
So what happens if Spurs score in that scenario that I just called out? You know what I mean? Either way, you're going to be supporting Spurs to beat Man City. In a way. You know what I mean? Because unless you don't want Arsenal to win the league, then you're going to want that to happen. It should never have got down to this. Let me just stress that. It should never have got down to this. Unfortunately, it has. But obviously, the real scenario is that Man City playing Spurs tomorrow, right? And everybody knows Spurs, you know, Man City haven't won at Spurs in the Premier League yet since that new stadium. And Man City have had a hard time winning at Spurs. The last time Man City won at Spurs was at Wembley Stadium in 2018 when they clinched the league. You know what I mean?
He's like Katie Price round fucking a footballer at an event. Oh, please, sir, can I have some more? Yeah, get out of here. You lot are dickheads here. I swear, you lot are buried this football club. Get that manager gone next Sunday. Get him gone. When Aston Villa win tomorrow, which they will, yeah, then what?
I don't think they will tonight, but we'll see. You never know.
Because now top Spurs are on the beach. You got Tottenham fans out here saying, "Fuck, we're bending over. We don't want none of this." Yeah, it's like Man at Carnival, Pride Festival. Yeah, they're all twerking their batties, bending over. No, I'm sick to death of it. This football club, yeah, is nothing to what I started supporting back in the day. Yeah, this club is a disgrace. Yeah, where's Righty? Bring out some new merch. Oh, you can't call it Invincible anymore because Jens Lehmann's bought the rights to that, innit? Yeah, well done, Jens Lehmann. Proper player. Yeah, F their campaign, their PR campaign. And when this manager finally F's off, in fact, next Sunday, in fact, I might even smoke this tonight. Yeah, I am sick of this club. Yeah, sick of this football club. Yeah, I'm able to sit there and go, oh, but we took it to the last day. We're going up against the best manager. No, he ain't. Factually incorrect information, you Porter, yeah? Fergie's the greatest manager of all time. He's won the most trophies. Yeah, let's stop chatting porqueria. Yeah, mierda. I can give it in all languages if you want. Do it in Hanoi, Romanian.
So I just want to know what does he want to happen? How does he want Arsenal to win the league from this point? Because let's face it, if Man City beat Spurs, the chances of us winning the league drop dramatically. Because when are West Ham? When's the last time West Ham won at Man City? Let me see if I can find this out. Right? When's the last time West Ham won at Manchester City? Let me find out. Let me find out. Head to head. Well, in the last 5, West Ham haven't won. Last time West Ham, oh Jesus Christ, oh my days, West Ham. Emotional damage. Oh wow, Jesus Christ. The last time West Ham beat Man City was in 2021 in the EFL Cup on penalties at home. Jesus. I'm all the way down to 2016 and West Ham won a game against Man City. Oh, wait, no, 2015. That's the last time West Ham won at Man City. Like us. Yeah, that was the last time. It was a 5:30 kickoff on the 19th of September 2015. That's the last time West Ham won at Man City. And then before that, 2014, West Ham beat Man City at home at West Ham. Damn! Jesus Christ. West Ham rarely beat Man City. So let's look at Spurs. Head to head. So already, right? Obviously, last time Man City went there was in the FA Cup and they won 1-0. Last time Man City went there before that, which was last season, Tottenham won 1-0. Before that, in 2022, Tottenham actually went to Man City and won. Oh yeah, 2021-22 season, Tottenham did double over Man City, yeah, because the first game of the season or 2021-22 season, Spurs beating 1-0. And in 2020, Tottenham beaten 2-0 at home. Before that, they beaten 2-0 at home. Were they both Premier League games? Premier League round 25. Yep, they were both Premier League games. 2019, Spurs beaten 1-0. This is all at Spurs. Yeah, 2018 was last time Man City won at Spurs, and that was at Wembley Stadium. Damn! And before that, Man City won 3-1 at Spurs, and that was at Wembley. That was back end of the previous. Oh yeah, that was the season when they won it, when they won the league, and then Man City won there again. So when Man City won at Spurs, it was Wembley Stadium, because in 2016 Spurs beat Man City 2-0 at White Hart Lane. So can you see where I'm going with this? Damn! 2015 was the last time Man City won in the Premier League at Spurs, and that was Aguero 1-0. That was at a Spurs stadium. Since 2015, Man City have won twice in the Premier League at Spurs, and that was at Wembley. All the other times since then, Spurs have beaten them, keeping clean sheets. Damn! So who do you have your money on to get something against Man City, knowing Man City have to go to Spurs? Do we have it on Spurs getting something against Man City or West Ham? So my question to Lee Gunner and anybody that's up in arms about Arsenal fans that are supporting Spurs for the game tomorrow night, what do you want to happen? What would be the best scenario? Because it's less likely for West Ham to beat Spurs, beat Man City. It's more likely that Spurs will beat Man City. That's a more likely scenario. You know what I mean? Obviously, if Man City beat Spurs, then it's all on West Ham. But Man City got this game in hand is against Spurs, a ground that is tough to go to for them. Come on now.
Well, yeah, we can go everywhere with this. Yeah, and trust me, you better join this emergency stream. You better be tuning in, because you're going to get cold, hard facts. And we're going to be chef in the kitchen, Gordon Ramsay cooking, yeah? Yeah? Where was dealing? Oh, let's be having you. We need a 12th man here. We need all of you lot to piss off with that manager and take that bloody dog with you. Yeah, I'm sick to death of it. Get in the bin, do te inganoi, beti ala mia da io de puta, yeah, no more pucaria. Yeah, I'm sick to death of it. Yeah, I'm sick to death of it. Yeah, this club should have done back-to-back titles. And this fan base are the biggest reason why it didn't. And that club.
Yeah, I agree with him. Last season still hurts. And what still hurts me is I'm not seeing like a double come out of anywhere. Like a League Cup and FA Cup, a League Cup and the title, an FA Cup and a title, a Champions League and a title, or Champions League and an FA Cup, Champions League. I'm not seeing that kind of double. That hurts me, because I've been crying for a double. You know what I mean? The closest thing to a double that we can get is if we win the league. Then you could say, well, we took the Community Shield and the league title. What? But that's a really big reach that you know, pulling the ligament. You know what I mean? Kind of settings, but you know how it is.
Yeah, it's playing up for a pound note. Yeah, it's playing up for a pound note to all of you mutants that have fucking infested this football club. I'm sick to death of every one of you. Yeah, next weekend, make your apologies as loud as your disrespect, because you've mugged me off for 4 years and longer. And guess what? 4 years of no trophies. No more. No mas. No more. There's no more. End it. Binim adios hijo de puta. Make sure you sub to the channel.
Right, so I'm done with that. So yeah. I mean it's more likely that Spurs will get something against Man City than it is West Ham getting something against Man City. So we're all looking at it like, well, let's just hope that Spurs are the ones that do it because they're more likely to do it. You know what I mean? You're telling me he doesn't want Spurs to beat Man City tomorrow?
Stop the cap.
You know what I mean? Some can say, oh, just because you want something to happen, don't mean you're supporting it. And like I said, I don't expect Arsenal fans to be getting out Spurs scarves and Spurs shirts. You know what I mean? But end of the day, if Spurs score and the Spurs win, as Arsenal fans, we're gonna be cheering the fact that, look, now all we need to do is beat Everton. You know what I mean? Because now we're back in a cushy position. But let me know what you guys think. Anyways, like the video, share the video, comment, subscribe to the channel, follow all the socials. The links are in the description below. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm on holiday on Wednesday, from Wednesday, and I come back the early hours of Monday morning. So, you know, I'll be in sunny Portugal for the last day of the season, right? But I won't be able to watch the game tomorrow night because I should be sleeping because, you know, I've got an early train to catch to the airport. So, yeah, hopefully when I wake up, I see that Spurs have beaten Man City, you know what I mean? But we'll have to see. Anyways, catch you guys in a bit. Peace.